Pam, 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 pam. Ah, esperen. Falló un solo. A ver si. Buongiorno, principessas. Vamos a poner más. Tiki tiki, tiki tiki, tricolor. Tiki tiki, tricolor. Ahí está. ¿Cómo estamos? En el día en el que se encuentren y en el que me vean, que dicen y que cuentan. Vamos a seguir con el especial de terror. Ahí está. La producción. Y seguimos con la Genshin Impact. Pam, pam, pam. Tum, turum, turum, tum. Vamos a... Espera. Y vamos a seguir con el especial. Tum, tum. Turururururururu. Turururururururu. Ahí va el quejitas. Aquí me falta un pescadito. Ah. Ve al lugar que mencionó Weiwei. Ay.
Byron said the strange tomb is coming from around here, right?
Pueden pasar hasta
But
10
Byron doesn't
años.
hear anything. There doesn't seem to be a soul in...
I was just wondering who in their right mind would come out to a place like this. So, it's you two.
Chelan.
How'd you sneak up on us like that? You nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
You look pretty alive to me. Can't have spooked you that bad.
Chelan. La orquídea del valle. Como la informante especial de New One, el equilibrio celestial, Yelan siempre está apareciendo para luego desaparecer sin dejar rastro. En Liyuyu, gobernada por las siete estrellas, hay oscuros rincones que ni éstas pueden iluminar. El trabajo de la excelente informante Yelan es precisamente deshacerse de los problemas que acechan esos rincones. Un consejo: no intentes mentirle, pues su percepción es tan aguda que para ella las mentiras son como pompas de agua que emergen para estallar.
Fair enough.
Ah, you're here for that too? Saves me a bit of explaining. Come with me. I've already reconned the perimeter, so we should be safe.
Investigan las pistas.
Catch the wind.
Aquí hay una.
The stuff by the door is in pretty good condition, though. It can't have been too long ago that someone was last living here. This place is completely empty. There's nothing valuable left here at all. The doors and the windows are all fine, so there definitely wasn't a break-in.
Ok.
Strange. It looks like it's been looted, except for the fact that there's no sign of a struggle. The bad guys
Nada más se
could have
mudaron.
sneaked in while the owner was gone, but then how do you explain why the door and windows are intact?
Seems you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, any theories on what might have happened here?
Yelan, you didn't hide some of the evidence from us on purpose, did you?
Why would I make this more difficult for you? We're on the same side here.
Okay, well, Paimon gives up then. Paimon's got nothing.
What about you? Give up as well? Your instincts are pretty good. Or perhaps it's not instinct. The strange melody is one of the few pieces of information you have available, after all. Let me share a folk story with you. A long time ago, there used to be a group of bandits in the Liyue countryside who would sound a horn every time they were about to raid a village. But it wasn't a rallying cry to rouse their fellow men. It was a disconcerting tune, meant to intimidate the weak and warn them of their impending doom. To escape with their lives, the villagers would abandon their homes and flee overnight, taking only their most valuable belongings with them. Everything else was left behind. The bandits were eventually brought to justice, but the fear and trauma remained in the villagers' hearts. Whenever they heard that melody, they would feel like their lives were in danger once again, and flee immediately. The culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house without having to force their way in.
That's quite the story.
The victims obviously will have gotten quite a fright, but at least they won't be in any great danger. The important thing now is to find this copycat criminal. On any other day, that'd probably be a good idea. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work today. Take a look around and you'll see what I mean. This criminal is clearly well-versed both in using music to commit crimes and in making a clean getaway. Not only did they stay off the muddy road to avoid leaving footprints, it looks like they were also careful not to bring any gadgets with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Evidently, they were intent on keeping even the most experienced investigators off their trail. Unfortunately for them, I'm one of the best trackers in the business. They're not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
So basically,
Mm,
if we want to find the culprit, we just need to follow Yelan.
As long as you can keep up. Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk, I'll bet they left through an area with some vegetation for cover, but not so much that it would slow them down. Here, look at this. These tracks are superficial, but they definitely didn't occur naturally. Something heavy was being dragged this way, meaning we're headed in the right direction.
ok. Ellos hacen bonita pareja y ellos se ven muy bien.
Their pace is increased. Normally, people carrying a heavy load slow down as their journey goes on and they start to tire. Whatever's motivating them to speed up must be psychological. For instance, reaching the home stretch.
Ay,
There they are! Look! A treasure hoarder tent! Ugh, not the treasure hoarders again! And so close to Lantern Ride, too! 'Tis not the season for their antics!
Come on, let's round 'em up.
es decir, aguanta. Que aquí hay un cofre.
I'm on a roll.
I'm a roll. Vámonos, vino. Llega Batman.
Hey,
¿Qué pasó?
who are you? Where did you come from?
The evidence is conclusive. Okay, confess and we'll go easy on you. My patience is running low, so why don't you do us both a favor,
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of you?
Perhaps not, but you should be.
Pero ella ni va a pelear. Ah, sí va a pelear.
Quietly now.
Curses. Seems like you're not all talk after all. There's no going back now. Better up my game.
No manches. Nivel 48 está súper bien.
Mercy! Have mercy!
Oh, it's a little late for that. I've come this far, I might as well finish the job.
I surrender! I surrender, please! I'll do whatever you say. Please have mercy.
Tell us everything. You have one chance, and I'm warning you. Don't make me ask twice.
I won't, I swear.
Mm.
You know, so Lantern Right's nearly here.
¿Conoces a
Like a
Pimpón?
lot of people,
Sí,
I wanted to buy
Pimpón.
a few nice things.
Muy grande y de
I know
cartón.
I'm with the treasure
Se lava
hoarders and
su
everything, but
carita. Con
I
agua y
don't
con
really have any
jabón.
kind of
Sí, se lava su
experience with
carita.
robbing people and whatnot. So I don't have the guts to break into somebody's house.
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about that?
No, not at all. I'm just telling it how it is.
Okay, continue.
I racked my brains trying to think of what I could do, and eventually, I remembered something from back when I was a kid. The bandits would blow their horn, and my grandma would grab us kids and run. I remember the tune, so I figured I'd try it for myself. I mean, just to see what would happen. At first, anyway, I seriously didn't expect that family to pack up and leave. But they did, and they just left all their stuff right there for the taking. It was too easy, I couldn't resist. It was completely wrong of me, I know that now. I'll return everything that I took. It's all still in perfect condition, and it'll be like it was never gone. Please, give me a chance, huh? Let me make it right.
Give you a chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike some kind of a deal than spend Lantern right behind bars.
Yes? Yes?
You know how to bargain, I'll give you that. It's just a pity that you didn't confess at the first opportunity. You'll have to take a walk with me. Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner of the house, and you can apologize to them in person. After that, I'll escort you to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, as a former victim of this kind of crime yourself, I doubt anyone understands the fear you inflicted quite as well as you do. Does your greed matter more to you than your fear? More to the point, if you can play a tune from memory, don't you think you should be capable of making an honest living?
You
Mira,
mean
como músico.
That's enough hints for you. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on all of this yourself. There's not much left to wrap up, so I'll take it from here. Guess this is where I'll say goodbye.
What is it? Is there something else?
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information, so play it safe when you get back. Don't mention to anyone that you ran into me out here. You helped a lot with the investigation and arrest anyway, so it's perfectly fair for you to get all the credit. Just take it. It works better for me, too. See you when I see you, and happy Lantern Rite.
Yeon's such a pro at this. With her taking it from here, it's as good as resolved. Whoosh! Random event, a strange melody, complete. Although, it's kind of a shame that we never got that treasure hoarder guy to play the melody again. Cause Paimon's curious, that's why. It's like when you have a tune stuck in your head, but you don't even know what it is. It's driving Paimon crazy. When we were chatting with Mr. Dvorak, music seemed like such a positive thing. And most music is, right? It can help us relax, feel all warm and fuzzy, recall happy memories, or even just think happy thoughts. Paimon never imagined that music could be used to commit crimes. Oh, really? Huh. Makes sense. Paimon's musical understanding improves again! Well, anyway, now that everything's resolved, let's get back to Liyue Harbor. Byron's still waiting for us with our random event rewards.
Y todavía sigo con la elevación de Jade. Sí, todavía no, como te digo. Sí, falta que suba. Ve, concierto aquí, concierto allá. Pero prácticamente ya va a ser. Oh, Dios. Otras 2 horas. ¿Por qué? No. Really, really sent the time.
Race you! Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, already?
All three of
Se
you
ven las
found them
linternas
together.
mientras estoy aquí
Okay,
con esto.
I see.
Mira, ¿sí ves? Está chido
The
eso.
wonder cores and adepti sigils
Así
look
como que
good.
todos hay que hacerlo
It
rápido el
seems that we
evento.
found our winners.
Como que sí está bien así.
I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What?
Pero...
It's over already? I haven't even found the plus strike yet.
I can't believe it. So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beto? She was right here.
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
All right then. Guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
Ya fin. Ya voy.
Combine the adepti sigils with the wonder cores and
Es
insert
que
them
está
into
chido
the
eso.
Jade Chamber's control
Un
compartment.
evento anual
The
más la subida
construction
de
of the
Jade
new
está
Jade
muy
Chamber is
bien
now
como que
officially
estructurado,
complete.
¿no crees?
Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky.
O
Thank
sea,
you
como que un
all for
complemento.
your work.
Sí, pues sí.
Now it
Pero,
is time for
o sea,
me to
si se hacen
fulfill
al
my
mismo tiempo, como si
promise.
vieras la misma, dos películas al mismo tiempo y las unieras, está chido.
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the
Ujú.
reason for your involvement.
Ajá.
You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here, in the newly built Jade Chamber? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance
Mamá
to
está
be
diciendo
hosted
de
in the
que pues ya
heavens.
está y que pues quiere que
I can
actúe
think of
la,
no better stage for you than here, Miss Yun.
Wuhan. Supuestamente ya está arriba.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles
Que no
shortly.
había...
Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see me play when the time comes.
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Wow, you're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well, guess Paimon will ask a question then.
¿Esa era la pregunta?
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, an instinct for what is a good opportunity.
Pero ni siquiera
All
le
of
hizo la
these things
pregunta,
are
luego
crucial.
supo que...
If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow, Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look,
Ujú.
you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Vamos. Yo no les ayudo con dinero, yo les doy
So next
trabajo y
time
les
we run out
pago.
of morale, we
Vamos.
just need to come to Ningguang? No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Yes, this is a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Huh. A sense of belonging.
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it, it always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beto. It's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beto? Ningguang? What are you talking about?
You'll
¿Qué
see
importa?
when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know.
No, todavía no se deba.
When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of
¿Quién
Teyvat.
pero todavía no se deba?
My wish has not
Apenas va.
changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence!
Ya, ahí va. Ay, que se ve chido, que se ve chido. ¡Ay, sí! ¿Qué te digo? Así como que, mira, se sube la cama de Jade y luego empieza el festival. Ha sido más celebración, ¿no crees? Lichuchu. En serio, me encanta Lichuchu a pesar de lo que se vivió. Es como que en mi siguiente vida quiero vivir en Lichuchu. ¿Eso qué es? No es...
Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beto sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No. In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone.
¡Wow! Escudo. Todos ellos. La peida. Se llaman peida. Es como que ya se habían preparado por el otro ataque.
All hands, tsunami incoming!
Un tsunami. Un surimi. Ay, hasta se moja la cámara.
What's
Dentro
that?
de la cámara.
Wait! A giant wave!
Si ves, se moja como lente de la cámara. Ahí va Lynx. Si ves, tiene la espada más sencilla en las animaciones. Lynx.
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all.
No es cierto.
At least
Cree
if
en
you
ti.
die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
En verdad, me encanta su historia. Tipo muy marginada. Ah, pues es hielo, ¿verdad? A pesar de que si es 4 estrellas o 5 estrellas. A pesar de que es 4 estrellas, sí se ve poderosa. Ve, ni otras películas tienen el presupuesto que, o bueno, la cinemática que tiene Genshin. ¿Eh? Como cringe. Ni Disney tiene esto. Es que si los guionistas o los que hacen toda la cuestión de la historia en los videojuegos los deberían de utilizar para hacer películas. Porque la neta, algunas historias se las hacen muy chidas.
What are you doing here?
We can't let you be the only one taking
49.
this risk.
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
We'll help too.
¿Dónde va? Va por aquí. ¿Dónde aparece? Porque son 3.
Power cord.
Cool it.
Obey.
¡Ah!
Manifest.
¡Vente para acá!
Freeze.
Time to rock. That was just the intro.
¡No!
Didn't make it.
¡No!
Chorus.
Qué bueno que lo utiliza. Ay, se cayó el peluchito. Vamos, vamos. En coming through. ¿Dónde aparecen? Te bala de hacer chis. Ay, el menino también se. Pobrecito. Ah.
It's showtime.
Booba, get them.
Ay, no manches, está como que no difícil, pero... Para que no la termine de eliminar. ¿Cómo? Ah. ¿Pero si puedo hacerlo durante el ataque? Parece. ¿Pero por qué no los puedo atacar?
See you at the
Ugh.
rematch.
¿Por qué no los puedo atacar? ¡Acérquense! ¡Acérquense! ¿O qué tengo que utilizar? ¿Flecha? Corre, 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 corre. ¡No! ¡Comida! ¡Ah! ¡Mamacheta! Ay, no tengo para alimentarlos. Ahí tengo 85 platitos. Ay, a ver si puedo. Ay, ya está harta. ¿Y qué es para revivir? ¿Este? Jesus Christ.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Cool it.
¡Ah! Cochinada.
Dodge this.
¡Ah, que la chis! No, ya sé.
Unleash!
Chistorra, chistorra, chistorra. Vamos, acércate. Necesito eliminarte.
Oh, so sorry. Freeze.
Obey! Cryo incarnate!
Eso. Eso, mamona, eso. A ver, a ver, a ver, a ver. Ah, una bebida. Refortigante. Hártate, hártense, hártense. Aunque se vomiten en el combate. Vamos, vamos.
Let's roll.
Nice and spicy. Miss you.
Dodge this.
Casi, casi. Ya estoy en 2.
What's the hurry?
Ah,
Don't push your luck.
Unleash! Obey!
Dodge this.
sí, ya casi. Falta poquitín, falta poquitín. Vamos, acérquense. Acérquense.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Corre, 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 corre. De pa' acá.
Boy.
Pobre Dorito. Siempre lo aviento muy feo. Vamos, acércate.
Bam.
Eso. Se le dio. Corre, corre, corre.
Boba, get no.
¡No!
Frozen in time.
Ay, le falta poquitito. Hazte para acá.
What's the hurry?
Ahí está.
She's getting away. Shouldn't we go after her?
This place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her.
¿Qué? ¿No? Bueno, no, a mí no me salió. ¿A ti sí?
I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you visit the Jade Chamber in the future, you will be afforded generous treatment.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned to normal.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance, we must be prepared.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong Ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidenced some degree of novel thinking. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to the last time. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future. Do not suppose that one will not continue observing you hereafter.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection in which you returned. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. She is a dear child. In fact, one has many fond memories of Shenhe's childhood that she may be interested to hear about.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. They are all like this. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you. One shall be going homeward now.
Pues pobre.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has weathered another crisis. This banquet must be the most spectacular ever.
Hay muchos diamantes por aquí. Tu. Ah, es que ya tiene 6000 de salud. Por eso duró muy poquito. Los otros pudieron aguantar un poquito más. Ay, necesito anotar este lugar. Está pirru.
Wow! Everyone's already seated! It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber. The food here looks amazing.
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoys yourself. Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust you will find the marvelous view from the Jade Chamber to be an equally gratifying indulgence.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I've never missed any of Miss Yun's performances, and I don't intend to start now. I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation today, the one written by her father. I've been so excited that I've barely slept the last few nights.
Hey, look! Miss Yun is going on stage!
A ver, vamos a ver. ¿Qué? Ah.
神女披冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。知道为敌人不是，自有知音和情思。功名烈烈见了心，只知不操心。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
Bien, bravo, bravo. En verdad, está muy chida su historia.
Personally, I thought I sang rather well. It was beautiful.
No sé. Sí, es que sí, yo esperamos como que es una más, ¿no?
Also,
Y más para la actitud que tiene ella, muy reservada y introvertida y
Thanks to
así.
you, the divine damsel of devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
thank you. I think I've found the opportunity I needed to change.
Ms. Yun, here you are. Great to see you. Huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Yeah, that's it, like an adeptus. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The divine damsel herself. And look who else we have here, the illustrious traveler.
El famoso Ivanovich Lapin.
This was definitely worth showing up for. Let me pull up a chair.
En mi mundo,
We'll all have a friendly chat, get better acquainted.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own choice.
Uh-oh, this feels all too familiar. Shenhe's back to her old self again.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe. Calm down.
Le dio su madrina. Misión completada. La grulla regresa con el viento. Pero ya se terminó todo la de Yuyu. Para Inuzuma. ¿Qué dice el visitante inesperado? ¿Eh? Ah, sí, cierto. ¿Todavía no la puedes? ¿Por qué? Dirígete a los niveles inferiores de la cima. Ah, es la que tú hiciste, ¿no? ¿O qué? Ey. Ah. ¿Qué dice? Ah, está... Completa Taurus iracundos. Hiperactis umbrosa. ¿Y dónde cayeron las rocas espíritu para comenzar? ¿Y ya tienes esas? Porque yo no... ¿Las rocas? ¿Dónde quedan las rocas? Ya la hice. Las otras. Oh, ya, ya, ya. Got it. Son las misiones legendarias. No, de hecho yo ni siquiera puedo recolectar ni puedo abrir. Bloqueado. Ya como ya hice esas. Ah. No, ya tengo. Aquí está. Sí, ya tengo. Ya puedo hacer esta. De cómo la historia es de ellas, aparte. También me gustan porque así conoces al personaje un poquito más. Y es muy alejado de la historia y todo eso. Casi todas, no te digo, nada más me falta la de Nosuma y así. Tengo también esta, apenas llevo una de esta. Apenas llevo una de esta. ¿Y qué te dan? ¿Te dan recompensas? No, no dan nada. Mira, ves, checa esta. Haces esta. Pues como es un juego de preguntas y cosas así. Yo me fui aquí de la pregunta, esta pregunta, a terminar prácticamente en la cita de este. Pero puedo irme para acá, para acá, para acá. De hecho, son 6 historias sobre... Ajá. Así, y no te dan absolutamente nada. A mí me hubiera gustado que te dieran al personaje como Chun-Li. Barbarosa, esa todavía no la tengo. Pero ya la puedo comenzar. El muchachito este. Ah, la de esta. La de este, ¿cómo se llama? Bennett. También ya. Y tengo también posibles finales. También igual, son 6. No. No. Porque es hasta el nivel 36. Yo quiero ver esta porque quiero conocer, sí, quiero conocerla. Yo nunca la he visto ¿cómo se llama? En la historia. La verdad, yo nunca la he visto. Muy bien. No, espérate. Porque me está mandando Inosuma. Aquí, misión legendaria. A seguir con él. Adiós. Al infinito y más allá. A ver cómo se ve. Ah, lo malo que no me puedo cambiar con Kaella. No. Mira, se ve chido, mira. Con el escenario y toda la cosa. Ah. Ya, se la agarro. Niñas Ley. ¿Por qué hizo eso? Chin. Pero se pausó, pensé que iba a seguir. Sí. Oh my gosh. Qué desafortunada situación.
Byron, we're back! Everything's all sorted!
That's great news. Oh, please wait here a moment if you would be so kind. Lady Ningguang instructed me to advise her upon your return.
Pero acabamos de estar con ella. ¿Verdad?
My greetings to both of you. Long time no see.
Pero nos acabamos de ver. Hace 5 minutos estábamos arriba.
We've known each other for a long time now. You must be super busy with all the preparations
No,
for
ya
the
sé.
implement. Don't mind us.
On the contrary.
Por eso
I
te
think it is
digo, se me
those that I
hace
have known
chistoso
longest to
eso
whom I
de
should
las
extend
dos
the
en
greatest
uno.
courtesies. Alas, on a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea and a brief respite from your travels. But you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, there's no escaping the fact that we have a grand concert to organize. Once the performance itself is over, we'll then need to invite the representatives of the Iridescence Tour for a discussion on future collaboration opportunities. The financing arrangements alone could well entail many rounds of discussion. Simply put, there will always be work to do.
Whoa, you're already thinking that far ahead?
Well, we can discuss more current affairs if you'd prefer. I trust you saw this year's Mingxiao lantern at the docks when you arrived at the city?
Yeah, it looked like a goose. Which Adeptus is it modeled on this time?
Sea Gazer. I believe you're familiar with the name. Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing. People described him as a cheerful soul and a loyal friend. On this marvelous lantern rite, we pray that the fallen heroes may be guided home. If the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the souls of those who have gone before us will hear the song of a new era. I wonder whether the melodies will be to their liking.
Oh, they're gonna love them. I'm unsure of it. At least, if the guy you mentioned is anything to go by, the Adepti and heroes of the past sound like a positive and free-spirited, cheerful bunch. They're sure to be open to new music.
Well, let's hope so. I heard that you'll be going on a search with Ganyu to find the descendants of a fairy lady from a Fontaine legend. I'm sure this quest to uncover the truth behind an ancient story will turn into a most charming tale. Do share it with me, won't you? I couldn't bear to miss out.
Ahí va. Listo. ¿Y qué hago? Salto flamígero. Durante el rito de la linterna, Tian Tian, una reclutadora del gremio de aventureros, prepara un evento de lo más interesante. Actuando delante del telón. Añoranza conyugal, adeptos y demonios, romance sincero y teatro de papel. Patrulla oceánica. La piloto de la flota Cruz Meridian Wixing está preparando un entretenimiento especial durante el rito de la linterna. Héroes anónimos. En Iyuyu, cierto aventurero está muy ocupado con una tarea. ¿Tengo que hacer una de estas misiones para seguir la misión o qué onda?
No.
Porque prácticamente yo lo que quiero es hacer ¿cómo se llama? La historia. Aquí, una balada para un alma irreemplazable. Espera a la hora acordada dentro de 2 días. Ganyu y Tu acordaron dividirse para buscar pistas sobre la misteriosa mujer de la historia de Dobarak. Por fin llegó el momento de volver a encontrarse con Ganyu y compartir lo que han descubierto. Es decir, ¿qué horas son? 1, 2. Pero me aventó a las 4 de la mañana. Chale. Ahí me voy a quedar 2 días. ¿Qué hice en 2 días? Y creo que llegué tarde porque me aventó a las 4 de la mañana. ¿Y cómo se manejarán las semanas? ¿Lunes, martes, miércoles o nada más por día? Habla con Tian Tian.
Looks like it's about time for us to meet up with Ganyu. Let's head to Eugene Terrace.
Ahora, ahí mismo. ¿Qué onda con esa morra? Pues es la que siempre se duerme, ¿verdad?
Greetings, traveler in Paimon.
¿La has hecho?
What time is it?
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand. Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus. But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else, even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from. Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an Adeptus.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot? Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked. Ooh, like a crystal fly's wings? That would be pretty cool. But Paimon definitely can't imagine any of the Adepti looking like that. Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me? Well, I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while. Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
basically, Ganya's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good deeds.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Well, what if this Adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would explain why she just left without saying a word. She was probably thinking something like, one was merely passing by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once. You may keep your thanks to yourself.
Nivel. ¿Ya terminaste las historias? ¿Y las historias que se abrieron del nuevo mundo?
Son misiones. ¿Sí? Misiones de mundo. Nada más.
¿Son misiones de mundo? ¿No son misiones de historia?
No.
A ver, dale para el que sigue. Pues ahí está, misiones Arconte. Ah, pero es que ocupas...
Esas misiones también son complicadas, son misiones que se encargan de los.
Ajá. Porque esa es la historia, la misión Arconte.
Para recabar como se dice, es una gata de los que se incrementan para recuperar esta energía, pero también es una actividad pero si quiero el bando de la 40,
Ajá.
yo no la voy a poder hacer, el que sea la que no pendiente del pie.
¿Qué vas a hacer? ¿Subir al nivel, los niveles o todavía no?
Pues lo que no sé, ya lo subo de una vez o todavía no.
¿O vas a hacerlo hasta que tengas todos tus personajes saltillos?
Si luego modo un personaje lo tengo en el
70 ya todos.
ah no, pero 70, 50, 70, 50, 70, 70, 70, 50, 50, 50, 50.
Tú tienes menos que yo, más que yo. Bueno, yo ahorita sigo con esto. Sas.
That was actually a very good impression of Cloud Retainer, Paimon. As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't completely rule her out just yet. If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her, and I can, I've been in Lea Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore. If there's anything we want to know about them, she's the best person to ask.
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now, so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time, right?
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival, just in case. However... Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with, she just... Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract, I can't be having second thoughts. Traveler, Paimon, let's set off for Cloud Retainer's abode.
Seems like this is a tough decision for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now. Paimon gets why she'd be so anxious. Okay, how about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the topic. Wait, did she leave already? Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
Ve a la montaña Oasanka. ¿Cuál es la montaña Oasanka? Sí. Entonces yo quiero terminar para ver la chita de la chita. No es una estuata de los 7. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Es que te iba a decir, me voy a aventar, como siempre. ¿Por qué? Ya lo sé. Bueno, no sabía que no me la iba a encontrar. Pero quería aventarme. ¡Hija!
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up.
Pero si Paimon vuela como para decir que está cansada. O sea...
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals. True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her.
Un cangrejo.
Since she's not here, I
Ahí
guess the
va,
next step
cangrejo.
is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by one.
Uh-oh. Will it involve a lot more traveling? Got it! Paimon has a great idea!
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue! You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim! Paimon would sink like a rock! Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there. Quick, swim to the very center!
¿Qué? En serio, quiten a Paimon de la historia. ¿Qué voy a hacer aquí?
Someone's drowning! If only there was a kind-hearted Adeptus
¿En serio se me va a ahogar?
us! Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
Ajá. Ahí está.
What is going on?
¿Él?
How do you feel right now?
Chale, qué vergüenza.
Shenhe, and the Conqueror of Demons.
Sí, o sea, los dos. Mira, la neta es que neta, no mames. O sea, están ellos dos. Los más chidos de los chidos. Ay, no, neta. Es como que, ¿qué más, Paimon? Sí, no. Y luego ellos dos. O sea, son personajes con peso y importancia en la historia. Ay, no, qué vergüenza.
We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music. But if the Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find them?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
this is Paimon's fault.
Sí, super culpa de Paimon, que la mandan a la Fiu Fiu Fiu.
No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
Es que la neta, no manches, qué vergüenza, neta, qué vergüenza. Hasta yo estoy sintiendo vergüenza.
Glad you're okay. As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
Pero en cierta manera dijo, se preocupó por Lynx para hacer Xiao tan así. ¡Ay!
As
Chale.
ever, the conqueror of demons comes and goes, just like the wind. Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like.
Oh, I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However...
Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last?
Earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hulao at dawn. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire.
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode.
Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continued to train with Master. In the other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me.
Ganyu
When
y
I
Shinny
tried to
son
blend in by
pareja.
referring to her as Miss Ganyu or
Ganyu y
Lady
Shinny.
Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that. Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything. Oh, is that what it is? Noted. So, you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the Mystery Adeptus. Is that right?
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
It's... a kind of a happy or relaxing sound. Or, a nerve-wracking sound. Or even a terrifying one.
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Yay! That's really helpful. Thanks!
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day. Please follow me.
Oh, really? Great, let's go!
¿Dónde?
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Paimon's gone deaf! Paimon can't hear anything! Oh, whew! Paimon hasn't gone deaf after all! Paimon heard you when you just spoke. Anyway, where is this music?
The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds. Are they not the music of which you speak?
Oh, Paimon wasn't quite done with the description. Okay, fine, it's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature, but melodies played on special instruments.
And a melody is? Huh?
Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
Ahora tienes la voz muy gruesa, Lynx. Yo nunca lo he escuchado hablar.
Oh, was that from the opera that Yoonjin sang?
That was a melody, and melodies can be called music.
Pero si habla, si habla.
It felt like I was transported back to the past.
Nada más a veces como
In
que
my
grita y algo
mind's
así.
eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky again.
Pero si habla
We
algo,
were
eso
all
es verdad.
there, raising
Se
our
habla energía.
glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yoonjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot. When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me, as strong as they were on that day. So that's the power of music.
Wow, Shenhe. That was so deep! Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our lives squished inside. What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me. I know some local folk songs, and a few other things come to mind too.
A ver. Paréntesis, y se me hace muy raro. O sea, y justamente acabo de hacer una misión donde esta muchachilla, Chonchuji, escucha su historia cantada por Janjin y aquí pregunta ¿qué es música? Y Paimon no sabe explicarle qué es una música. O sea, que no es así como que cuando estuvimos en el templo de Hades, si recuerdas, ella así como que, eso es música, una melodía, ok. Porque hasta que canta Lynx, sobre de hecho, esa escena, es cuando se acuerda y ya sabe que es una música. O sea, ahí sí no hay como que concordancia. Pero pues igual a lo mejor para que por los que no están familiarizados, bueno, pero aún así, los que no están familiarizados como digamos yo, te obliga a hacer la historia para que puedas hacer este evento. Entonces no está unida a la historia. ¿Por qué no está unida a la historia? Debería de estar unida a la historia. ¿Sabe?
The songs of the sailors down at the docks. The little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops. The tunes of folk artists performing on the street.
Pues es que como ahorita lo tengo muy fresco todo lo de la historia, por eso.
Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me. Nenny and Leo probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination. The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence. Life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, we're all the same.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Like, okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses. But at the very least, Kuching and Shenna are your friends now, right?
Yes, I am. Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
Thank you, everyone.
No son
Once the
amigas.
days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please invite Kuching as well. I've planted many types of flowers. I'm sure some of them will be to your taste.
You are too kind. I couldn't possibly.
Nonsense. You are my friend.
Nada.
I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next time. I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again? If you insist?
Do people say that? I'm not completely sure either.
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Master.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she. Even after being chastised once already? Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further.
Bueno que lo puse en
One has
automático.
received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity. Well, shall one lead the way?
I still have to complete
¿Saben
my
qué?
training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you too.
Feliz año nuevo chino. Ay, se fue cantando. En serio, me encanta Shinji. La quiero. La quiero como persona. Sí, creo que sí salió una vez. De hecho, la canción de Le Yuyu es esa la que tararean ahorita con lo que se escucha. Ay, ¿quién? ¿Es de 5 estrellas? Ah, entonces por eso. Ah, te digo, si es perrilla. Ujú. Bueno, me salió el señor Starbucks, me salió la chanja. Ah, eso, la najeda. Hey, el Starbucks. ¿Qué más? Ah, la Jean. También me salió que muchos sí decían que era no como difícil, pero sí como que suerte que te saliera. A ver. Dun, dun, dun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. De hecho, con links tengo 7. También Kiki, entonces es 5 estrellas. Ajá. Es que es perrilla también. Tengo a Arataki, Kamisata, la Kiki, la Jin y la Hela. Sí, son todos ellos los de 5 estrellas que tengo. ¿Al chau chau o cómo? Sí, al chau chau, al chaos.
Is this Quaily Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her? Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike. Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Sea Gazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Sea Gazer was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor one was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, one often quarreled with Sea Gazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of one's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses. Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Guizhong would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastics. On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me? Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, once you two are done arguing, let's go to the foot of the mountain and grill some meat. She always sought to make everyone happy, and one must say, she had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, one never felt bothered or offended. It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird or ladybird.
Come on, get over yourself!
No, Paimon, qué respetuosa
Anyway,
eres.
just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the
Pero
table.
sí se me hace muy ugrañita ella que por
Dare snub the
todo se
stove
ofende.
god and his wondrous
Está
creation.
bien que sea un adeptos,
At
pero
the
no es
sight of
para
him,
tanto.
we would all immediately drop the argument and prepare the table for a night of feasting and drinking. Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup? Then you are most tolerant, but that is its own virtue. Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics for conversation, filling the table with humor and laughter. Each of those old fossils had their character flaws and points of obstinacy. So why was it that whenever we dined together, we always had a marvelous time? We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains until the moon set and the sun rose, and only then would the banquet finally come to an end. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is a lovely
pasa,
story
amigo?
and
¿Qué
everything,
pasa? ¿Qué
but
pasa?
didn't we come here to find that
A
adeptus
ver,
from
espérate,
Mr.
espérate, espérate.
Dvorak's story?
Tranquilo, nene, tranquilo. No pasa nada. Aquí estoy, aquí estoy. ¿Sentiste que te caías o qué? Eso, acomódate. Déjame ver si me veo. Bien aquí. Sí. ¿Se me ve bien? Un poquito para acá. Así. Muy bien. Un breve break. Continuamos. Que bebé roquito. Está de bebé roquito. Claro que sí, nene. Tú sigue dormido. Sigue roquito. Ándale. Cobíjate, tienes fillo. Muy bien. ¿Qué estamos? Sí, aquí lo dice la Paimon. Oigan, ha estado genial escuchar esta historia, pero no habíamos venido a encontrar adeptos de la historia del Dvorak. Sí, no, pero pues es como que comprensible para que entiendan porque siempre el carácter y la forma de ser de la adeptos. Quítate de ahí.
Or are you saying that it was Guizhong? Didn't she, already,
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone, and evoke much sorrow. One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning. No matter, one will share the whole story with you now.
Si es que neta, Paimon, cállate el hocico. Qué irrespetuosa, en serio, qué irrespetuosa y con alguien de... Con alguien de... ¿cómo se dice? Como de alcurnia.
mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield.
Está trabando.
Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial
¿Por
Rex
qué?
Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's obscuro Vopus mechanism was superior.
Es que Sira se ve muy estricta.
Proud to acknowledge it. In one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the
Genshin
mechanical arts.
es la
As for the
viejita.
story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
Wow.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater than one's own. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be? As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. One remembers now. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhong composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhong's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition? Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither. The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned.
Ya, cálmate.
Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to our satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetward Rambler.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said, "Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?"
Aw, poor Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories, too, would have been lost to the sands of time. As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetward Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Obvio. Ni modo que fuera
Do you
truco.
mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh? How so?
I've been in Leo Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way, so I too am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward.
Sí, es
Someone as
como de
perceptive and wise
supérense.
as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on, because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
We
Obvio,
even asked
obvio.
Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's lantern rite. When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform? Maybe we can even get her up on stage.
You youngsters and your imaginations.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping, and Leo Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival period.
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss? One in Ping could meet any day of the year.
I disagree.
Uy, uy, uy.
Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
The edibles she brought this time were indeed quite delectable. Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting. Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains. Say, if we planted flowers there and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
What? Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
Ahí va, ahí va, ahí va. ¿Y qué? No le entendí ese regaño. ¿Por unas flores?
Creo que iban a plantar flores ahí
Ujú.
para la...
Ah, como que sí, como que la...
Madame Ping o algo así para recordarle toda la cosa y la cosa regresa para regañar.
Lo que no hagas es...
Como que, ay, mamada, no sé. Qué va.
Ya, insisto, se ve bien chido.
Ya. Saca Madame Ping y la generadora de luz. Partió las con ellos. Y ya, desinfección.
Vamos a decir, ¿cómo me veo? ¿Cómo me veo? Vamos a acomodar esto.
Whoa, Madame Ping and Cloud Retainer?
No, es que me he estado moviendo.
Haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Oh, bless my... To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
'Cause you're the one who's known Madam Ping the longest.
Street word. Or rather, presumably, you would prefer to be addressed as Ping?
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are uncommonly polite today.
Given that Lantern Rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city is most pleasant, and a sweet floral fragrance lingers in the air. Ganyu, please continue from here.
Mira qué
all right.
chido ella.
So, this all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his ancestor's life.
Y le cuenta la historia. Sí, bueno, porque sí.
Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man
Ya.
was
Sí,
none
porque
other
era
than
muy
yourself.
inventor, algo así. Dijeron.
Let me think. Yes, I do believe I recall that encounter. What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember it. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all, when mortal lives are so very brief. It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Who's she?
Ay,
We'd
sí, ya
like
te
to call her
dijeron, o sea.
Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
Obvio.
Albeit reluctantly, one might add.
There is no harm done. After all, Lantern Rite's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, she was as much a hero as any other.
So
Cool.
how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom. But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions on them began to change. She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence. She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them. And a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an Adeptus as to learn from them.
She always had a way with words. That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the two of you gave me as a gift?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today, I am reminded of this.
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
Of all of us, it was Gui Zhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every opportunity.
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of various melodies.
Oh, yeah! Music! We've been dying to ask. What was the melody that you played back then? Oh, also, with you being such a music expert and all, why don't you join the concert as a performer?
I can make arrangements right away.
Oh, as much as I don't wish to dampen your enthusiasm, it's been a long time since I played this zither. My fingers don't have the dexterity they once did. And whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her. I start wondering what she would think of the changes I have made to her melody. There was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again. Sitting right there on the stone stool next to me, chatting away. Skybracer and Seagazer too, looking just like they did in the old days. No matter how much time goes by, the moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Well, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on. But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time. Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. It is simply the nature of the world in which we live that even if one wished to mourn for an eternity, it would be a nigh impossible feat. Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed made progress.
Be that as it may, I shall leave the lantern rite stage to the youth of today.
Well, if you're sure.
Granny! Whoa, what's everyone doing here? Did something bad happen?
Ah, and now we've spooked Yanfei. No, everyone's just here to give me their regards for the holiday.
Oh, that's wonderful, I'm glad. Well, in that case, happy Lantern Rite, everyone.
Happy Lantern Rite. Oh, I just remembered that I have some, work to do at Yuehai Pavilion that I need to discuss with Yanfei. I haven't been able to find a chance until now. I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer, Ping, we will be off for now.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat a while.
Gladly. This was one's intention as well.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best with the concert.
You got it, Madam Ping.
Yo quiero escuchar la melodía. Ya tengo mucha inquietud por cómo se escucha.
Enough of my nattering for one day. As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time.
Sí.
Goodness knows I need to practice it first.
Que ya está muy artística. Con mucha artritis en sus deditos.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the harbor and the mountains, perhaps She will look at the Liyue of today and steal a smile when she sees the prosperous land that it has become.
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news.
Habla con Dvorak. Dvorak. Qué rápido. Me fui bien a Chachancris.
Mr. Dvorak!
Dvorak.
And Kuchin's
Dvorak.
here too! Thanks for helping set all of this up.
Welcome back. Did everything go well?
Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking for.
Are you serious? I see. So the melody my ancestor heard was an adeptus remembering her late friend? That certainly explains why it was such a powerful and poignant tune.
Huh. That's a really interesting first reaction. Guess that comes with having a musical mind.
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now an elderly granny.
Oh, Paimon knows exactly what you mean. Normally, Adepti don't age at all. But Streetward Rambler, or Madame Ping as we know her, probably only became old because it's what she wanted for herself.
Madame Ping possesses vast knowledge and great wisdom. Whatever physical form she may decide to take, her mind and wits are as sharp as they come.
Yep, Kuching summed it up perfectly. That's exactly what Paimon was trying to say.
I think... yes. I must thank her in person.
Pues está ahí arriba, no está tan
That can
lejos.
wait until after the concert, though. For now, I need to devote all my emotional energy to the performance.
Digamos que la de hacen en el festival es esa melodía.
Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that she'll stay
Para
in
no
her
quedarme
usual
con
spot, but listen to the
la espinita de
performances
querer
from afar.
escuchar.
Wait, are you serious? Oh no, now I'm starting to get nervous. Okay, alright. Nope, another rehearsal is in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Paimon wasn't even finished telling him everything. Before we set off on our search with Ganyu, he asked us about what music means to people. After our recent adventure, Paimon thinks we have a lot more to say about that now.
Please, share your insights with me.
Well, we found out that music can be used for good, but also for bad. It can make people happy and moved, but it can also be sad and bittersweet. And music is like a kind of memory written in people's hearts. It can put you in touch with feelings from a totally different time and place.
It sounds like you had an eventful trip. Don't worry, I'm sure Ganyu will fill me in on all the details shortly.
Wait, does that mean you're gonna carry on working?
Just a few things to wrap up. All the groundwork is done. As long as everyone enjoys the festival activities, all our efforts are worthwhile. Happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
That should be everything taken care of, right? Oh, no, wait. Paimon feels like she's forgetting something. What was it? Oh, it feels like it was a while ago. Shoot! Latent... Wait, no. Anyway, fancy bamboo shoots! Zhangli said he wasn't in a hurry, so if we went now, there's probably still time, right? Anyway, even if we don't make it, it's not our fault. He could have totally picked them by himself. Ugh, I Anyway, let's go check with him at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Tun, 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 tun. Tururu, turu, 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 turu. Tururu, turu, 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 turu. Utao. Utao. No sé por qué todos quieren ahorita Utao. La guía del más allá. La funeraria El Camino de Liyuyu es un antiguo negocio encargado de celebrar funerales. Su directora actual, la joven Utao, es su 77ª directora. Utao es conocida por su astucia e intelecto, pero para algunas personas puede llegar a ser incluso demasiado astuta. Al escuchar el título, la directora de la funeraria del camino, nadie espera encontrarse con alguien tan excéntrico como Utao. Sin embargo, tiene una visión bastante particular sobre la vida y la muerte, aunque esta última es un tema que la acompaña todos los días. Nunca ha dejado de ser una persona muy optimista. Qué rarita. Está Arx, es Merlina, es Merlina. Tengo que hacer un triqui-troqui con Merlina de eso.
Oh wow, look who it is! Are
Look
you
at
here
that.
to hang out with everyone's favorite funeral director? So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral parlor? In broad daylight?
After everything we've been through, you don't see me for a hot minute, and you're back to being scared of your own shadow. We have all this open space, a clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front. Not to mention we have several invisible audience members enthusiastically cheering us on. It's the perfect spot to rehearse.
Invisible audience members?
Gotta say, it took me a few days to get used to Director Who's way of talking.
Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got here. Just like when she sees a frog, but a giant frog with sharp teeth.
Come on, knock it off.
What's wrong? I've never seen someone look so confused before. Well, don't worry, because Director Who's here to explain it all. There once was a Fontaine musician who went around town on a mission. He came door to door for his iridescence tour, looking for acts to audition. With my words, Xinyan's chords, and Yunjin as our mentor, we'll take the stage by storm with flames roaring and the whole audience calling for more.
For sure! The whole dance floor will be yelling encore! Encore! Oh, now Paimon's rhyming along. But when you say flames roaring, are you sure this'll be safe?
No, don't you worry about that. I'm pretty experienced on the stage, and I've already informed the Yuhong of all the pyrotechnics we're planning on using.
Huh. Guess we'll just have to trust Xinyan on this one.
Oh, Zhongli. He took one of those fancy meal boxes and set off for the mountains. Said he wanted to pay a visit to some old friends. It's a real pity that he couldn't be around for this. As well as being a true connoisseur of traditional art forms, he's able to appreciate Xinyan's performances too.
Yeah, that's right. Matter of fact, he was the one who first invited me to perform here. To tell the truth, though, I never thought I'd really find myself rehearsing here one day.
Se parece morocha la
Well, now
la
you
muchacha
know.
esta.
The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is a great location. All of you are always welcome to come and hang out here, especially if you're in the mood to try something new. I can speak to that.
Hu Tao is always full of fun surprises.
And jump scares.
Actually, Xinyan, I have some lyric ideas for your part. Do you want to go through them together?
Sure thing. I'm all ears.
Oh, Traveler and Paimon, I believe Zhongli was heading to Mount Hulao, so make sure you're hiking up the right hill. When you see Zhongli, please pass on this message to him. It's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses. You should join us too. It'll be a riot. If there's one thing I've learned from being a funeral director, it's how to throw a party.
Ok. Una directora de funeraria sabe organizar fiestas. O sea... Jolines, tío, que este año nuevo se me ha sido más tardío que cualquier otra cosa. ¿Él es Red Lápiz en su versión de Adeptus?
¿Quién?
Red Lápiz. ¿O este quién es?
Paimon sees them! It's Illuminated Deer! And Illuminated Bird number 2!
Oh, ya. Grulla número 2.
A familiar face. Have you come from Liyue Harbor? How is the city nowadays?
Everything's great! But you know, if you're so curious, you can always go and check it out for yourself.
Qué perra me
In
dijo.
fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe the sights of the city are quite familiar to him.
Zhongli! Here you are! We've brought the bamboo shoots you wanted.
Impeccable timing. Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a shortcut.
Wait, that mechanism. Is that?
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
Can we not just call it a cooking machine? Actually, never mind. She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos, so it's probably best if Paimon doesn't go changing the name willy-nilly.
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking during your recent journey. Excellent.
Demasiado.
The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. Our journey should be seen as a means to take on more from the world around us. When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must insist that you try some for yourself.
Oh, Zhongli! Hu Tao told us to tell you something. She said, it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses! When she says performance, she must mean the Lantern Rite Music Festival. As for the banquet, she didn't tell us anything more about that, but she invited us to come as well.
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give Director Hu my best wishes for the performance. As for the banquet, since the Director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll see you there?
Absolutely.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. I will examine it right away. The appearance is exquisite, and the aroma rich and intense. The craftsmanship of this machine is commendable indeed. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup. It tastes most exquisite while still warm.
Uy, me dieron sopa. Sí, te dan sopa.
Ah, sí.
¿Está?
Con los fideos estos.
Dátiles caramelizados deliciosos. Chazuke. ¿Y en qué formato me lo dieron? Sotito de sashimi delicioso. Baklava delicioso. Carne a la jardinera deliciosa. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? No, 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 no. No está. Tururú, 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 tururú. Aquí está. Diluvios, misiones. Sopa de brotes de bambú calientes. ¿Cómo la harían sin la del YouTube?
Don't underestimate the beetle. They can be some of the toughest little guys around.
Regresen al Yuyu.
Real men don't carry umbrellas. Oh boy, wow, it's really starting to pick up. Quick, come on, get yours out. Come on, go, quick. The sky is clear and the sun is shining. Time to get the Yoni Kabuto out for some training. Come on, little guy, let's go.
En verdad, el señor Tanga se me hace tan Ryan Reynolds. Es decir, a ti no te ha tocado, tú no lo tienes ni te ha tocado, ¿verdad?
No, pero la misión que hice,
Con todo y cómo hace las expresiones.
¿cómo era?
Sí, con las frases que dice. ¡Y listo! ¡Oh my gosh! Llegué.
I'm honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Shinyan, this is Hitao, and this is a little something called...
Sí, se alcancé. Con 1 hora de retraso, pero se alcancé. ¿Verdad? Ajá. Pero prácticamente en el año chino alcancé.
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below. And when the crowds all hear my voice, they'll meet the spirit of rock and roll.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly, you too buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh, I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch your step, or you'll get burned. Hey, woo!
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
¿Y esta qué misión le dieron o qué le dieron? Lo que me intriga. La Kiki en ningún momento salió. Yo nunca la vi. El muchacho ese de hielo tampoco. Él sí salió. Pero prácticamente en toda la historia no salió. Ahora sí sé que... ¿Cómo se llama? Con qué celebrar Año Nuevo. De ahí en adelante.
Mira, ahí donde la
No, aquí está, mira. ¿Sí viste? Yao Yao.
Master, listen!
Está. Yo digo que esa es la melodía. Quiero creer que esa fue la melodía. ¿Verdad?
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Ujú.
Master, the Shao lanterns,
Ha! Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Shao lantern, the likes of which the world has never seen. And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Es ok, siempre viene orgullosa, sí. Es que eso yo no vi. Eso no sale en YouTube. Esa es la melodía. Sí, esa es la melodía. Es toda esa la melodía. Tintiriri, tintiriri. Sí, es la melodía. La melodía de Jurassic Park. Wow, en serio, wow. Ah, y así como tú. Y ya tenemos pocas horas para sacarnos fotos. ¿Verdad? Ah, pero lo bueno que tengo mi Hero, como se llame.
So lively. This is how a festival should be.
Así es. Un festival muy chido. Corre, corre antes de que llegue el día.
No es como yo.
Por eso te estoy diciendo. Con Ivanovich. ¡Ah! Con Ivanovich. Porque no tienes nada, Ivanovich. No, sí. Definitivo. Quiero vivir aquí. Hay un Ivanovich. Y ese Ivanovich se parece a Diego. ¿Verdad? Ve. Mira, venos. Y se llama Ivanovich.
I feel like the Shao lanterns are burning even brighter this year.
¡Wow! ¡Qué chido!
I've got a bunch of interesting gadgets.
What's the hurry? What's the hurry?
Como lo presentan en las miniaturas, no hay tanta ¿cómo se dice? Concurrencia. Ay, siguen tronando cuetitos. Muy chido, muy chido Liyuyu. En serio, ¿quién iba a decir que me iba a fascinar tanto con este mundo, con esta ciudad y así? Pues muy bonito todo, pero ya me voy.
¿Tú lo tomaste ahí junto al escenario?
Ya, todo. Sí. Dale que ya, ve para acá, ve la cámara. Pues muy bonito, 2 horas 38. Muchísimas gracias por ver este especial de Año Nuevo Chino, Año Nuevo de Liyuyu. Y pues ya se la saben, suscríbanse, denles a todos que me sigan en redes sociales. Un placer con todos aquí, mis pupis. Así que no, apenas voy a hacerlo. Pero porque ahorita estaba en el festival de Año Nuevo. Así que nos vemos, ya se la saben, para que sigue. Adiós.